the Rangers don't get swept. This is the Roundup. What's going on, everybody? I'm RD. This is the Texas Rangers Roundup Podcast. Hello, Ranger fans. It's been a rough couple series for the Rangers, but you know what? They didn't get swept this time around. Not this time, okay? Guardians came to town for a 3-game series real quick, but it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, boy. It was looking awfully rough. Then not too bad, and then finally they got that dub. Let's take a look at the box, or the wraps in the boxes here. Oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy. Monday. This one was kind of tough. It was tough to watch, to be honest. Guardians blank them 7-0. Guardians put up 7 runs on 9 hits, had 1 error. Rangers 0 runs on 4 hits. Only had 4 hits and no errors. Gaddis, he got the win, 2-1 with a 2.18 ERA. Leclerc got the loss, 3-3 with a 6.88 ERA. Not much to talk about this one. It was all one-sided, obviously, with the Guardians. Now, Lorenzen actually pitched okay, right? The Guardians didn't actually score a run until the 8th. They scored 4 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. So Lorenzen actually had a really good, solid start. A 2-hit, 7-inning pitch start, 4 strikeouts. Did great, right? It just when it got turned over to the bullpen, it just got ugly, right? Ramirez, he went 3 for 3, 2 walks, 4 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. BB, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no 1 runs, 4 strikeouts. No homers in this game by either team. Total bases, Guardians dominated 11 to the Rangers 5. Guardians had 3 stolen bases, and both teams left 6 runners on. The only error belonged to the Guardians, as mentioned before. So, but yeah, this one, I mean, it was not bad. You're like sitting there watching, okay, it's a kind of a pitching duel, and then you get to the 8th, and they just blow it wide open. Like I said, 4 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. Good night. Rangers had no answer, no counter, no nothing. Nada. So they take that loss. Moving into Tuesday night. This one, was it Leiter? Man, I gotta get this thing together here. Yeah, Leiter. Excuse me. The kid got the start, and it was rough, right? So Lively got the win, 2-2. He's a 3.06 ERA. Leiter got the loss. He's 0-1 with a 16.39 ERA. I think he's got a couple other MLB records at the moment. Chase got the save, his 12th of the year with a .42 ERA. Guardians, they first inning clean, right? No runs, and then the Guardians just teed off. 6 runs. And they just blew him up. And he was having trouble with control, things like that. But they just jumped on him, got all over him, and then he got ran like after an inning and I believe one out. So it is what it is. But, let's be honest. The Guardians didn't do anything after that until the 9th. They only put up 1 in the 9th. Now, I was like sitting there watching. I was like, they're scratching back. It's like all of a sudden, don't worry. Adolis hit a homer in the bottom of the 2nd, his 9th of the year. Corey Seager, he hit a homer in the bottom of the 3rd. Nathaniel Lowe, homer, bottom of the 5th. And, they started, and then they manufactured a run. I think Josh Smith had an RBI, if I'm not mistaken. Josh Smith singles to center, and Garcia scored. So, yeah, that was the 4th run. And you're sitting there looking at it like, okay, here they come. I mean, they got a chance here. It's 7 runs is not out of the question, but, to come back on. But they were just hitting solo jams. They just needed a little bit more base runners. I didn't say it, but Guardians scored 7 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Rangers 4 runs on 7 hits and 0 errors. They scored 7 runs on 7 hits. We could have done the same. Players of the game, Rodriguez, 4 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 0 strikeouts. Naylor, he went 1 for 3, a homer, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, a run, and stolen base. Garcia, 2 for 4, a homer, a double, RBI, and 2 runs. The 3 home runs by the Rangers versus 1 for the Guardians. Total bases, Rangers dominated. Well, I guess you can say dominate. 18 versus the Guardians 12. 3 stolen bases again by the Guardians, and they both left on 8 runners. No errors by either team committed. So, it was like, all right, well, they can get something together, right? It's like they could scratch back, but they just didn't, right? So then you're going into a Wednesday game, you're like, and I was like, John Gray's on the bump. I go, here we go. We're going to get a dub. I go, might be a close game. Might be 4-3. Might be 4-2. And, Rangers do win. They win 4-0. Guardians put up no runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Rangers put up 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors. It was pretty much a dead game until the fifth. Rangers scored 2 in the bottom of the fifth, 2 in the bottom of the sixth, and that is your ball game. John Gray gets the win. He's 2-1 this year with a 2.08 ERA, and Carrasco 2 for 4 with a 5.16 ERA. John Gray's doing great. He is. I can, he gives you quality starts. I think that's his third or fourth in a row, if I'm not mistaken, and he's actually one of your top performers. They were all Rangers this time. John Gray, he got the win, 6.1. I don't know why it's labeled like that. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Garcia went 2 for 4, a homer, 2 RBIs and a run. Simeon 1 for 4, a homer, 2 RBIs and a run. Both homers, obviously, I just mentioned, they're by the Rangers, by Garcia and Simeon. 15 total bases for the Rangers compared to the Guardians 6. No stolen bases in this game, 8 left on, and the only error was committed by the Guardians. So there you go. They don't get swept. They salvage 1 run, and let's be honest, the Guardians are number 1 in the AL Central. They are a tough team. The Rangers are a bruised, battered team right now. They don't have their regular starting lineup in. Josh Young's still hurt. He was taking some, I believe, some infield balls, and he's been cleared to play, to practice or whatever. So we're getting him back. Pitching, I don't know what the last count was of all the players that are on the IL that's injured, but it's substantial. Essentially, all your starting rotations on the IL. And speaking of that, he moved to the 60-day. The guy stays hurt. I wasn't really a big fan when he came over. I was like, I don't know why he's here. He's just, and then he pitched like 1 game. I don't know, maybe 2, but it's been rough. And then, of course, it starts the year he's hurt, and then he can't even do his rehab assignment, gets hurt again. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, very proud they got that last win. They got a day off Thursday. If you're listening to this on Friday, happy Friday. But yeah, they get a much-needed day off before hosting the Angels. But let's take a look. Latest news on the injuries here. Sean Anderson is selected from AAA Round Rock, and Leiter is option 2 Round Rock. He got sent back down. Evan Carter, lower back stiffness to return to the lineup this week. With the MRI, he got a clear MRI on Monday. So no major damage to his lower back. He was scratched on Saturday or the prior Saturday's game against the Rockies, so hope to see him pretty soon. Dane Dunning is on the 10-day, 15-day injured list. Right rotator cuff. He's likely on the club's upcoming road trip. So that's you start getting your pitching back, you're gonna be just fine. But the bats have got to respond, right? Putting up, no runs, 4 runs. Yeah, great. They had 4 runs the last 2 games, or each. So that's great, but getting blanked is unacceptable at this point. Not with this talent, Cody Bradford, he's going to return late May. He still has that he was on there for the lower back strain, stress fracture on his rib. Wyatt Langford, he's now expected to return late May, early June with that right hamstring. Spores is TBD, right rotator cuff strain. Don't know when he's coming back. Nathan Eovaldi, late May. Come on, buddy. Right groin strain, just need to take your time with that, to be honest. It's groins and stuff like that. Brock Burke and Max Scherzer are both, like I said, on the 60-day. Burke's his TB, who knows when he's coming back because, he broke his hand. He punched a freaking wall. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Josh Young, expect him to be back in June from that right wrist fracture. So, yeah, that'll do it for that. It's so negative looking at all these injuries. It's so bad. Rangers are currently a game and a half back in the American League West. The Mariners are 24-20. They are not really necessarily taking off. They're playing 500 baseball, really, in their last 10 games. Rangers they're 4-6 in their last 10. They got a 511 win percentage. They're 500 at home, 1 game better than 500 on the road, and that's what it is, 23-22. No real threats right now in the West other than the Mariners being a pretty good ball club. Athletics have slowed down to almost a screeching halt. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Astros are, they're 6-4. They're going to make a run. They got caught cheating again. No kidding. Freaking cheaters. And speaking of the upcoming series, it's the Angels. Angels are 16-28. They're in the cellar in the American League West with a 364 win percentage. They're 8 games back. They're terrible at home. They're okay on the road. They're 10-12 on the road, 4-6 in the last 10, if I mentioned that already. Well, we could take a look at some stats if you want to. Garcia still leads the team in home runs. He's got 10 now. Marcus Simeon's got 8. And then Evan Carter and Corey Seager both have 5. The average right now, the numbers just keep going down, especially after this rough series with the Rockies and not a great showing against the Guardians. Right now, Jonah Heim's leading the team with 277 batting average. Now, this does have like some type of there is a cutoff, right? Obviously Young's still hitting 412. He hadn't played in a while though, right? Nathaniel Lowe, he's hitting 299. But when you sort, if you're on MLB.com/Rangers for some stats, they'll have some cutoffs, right, to qualify. The player must have a 3.1, Anyways, I don't want to get into the weeds, to be honest with you. But OPS, Garcia, 800. It's gone down quite a bit, but, it's still 800 is not bad. Josh Smith, 788. Marcus Semien, 784. So the sticks are just starting to slip. That's it. Just starting to slip. And John Gray, I think right now, obviously with everybody else being hurt, John Gray's your best pitcher you got, right? So, looking ahead, like I said, to the Angels. Angels have had trouble for a while. Pretty sure they just got swept. Oh, you know what? They fended off the sweep against the Cardinals. They lost 2 out of 3. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Royals prior to that. But they, you don't know. You know what you're kind of going to get, right? The Angels aren't good. They are on the road. They play 500 ball on the road. Rangers are struggling right now, but after that win, hopefully they can just find a little bit of a spark. And let's take a look at the probable pitchers coming up. So Friday game, it's a 7:05 pitch. Tyler Anderson, he's 3-4 with a 2.92 ERA. Yeah, he's taking on Andrew Heaney. Andrew Heaney's 0-for-4, 4.39 ERA. Just need a quality start. If Heaney can get on the bump, get things going, the sticks can give him some support, we might actually see some action here. But Tyler Anderson's a pretty good pitcher. And then moving on to Saturday, until 6:15 start time. Patrick Sandoval, he's 2 for 6, 5 ERA and 48 strikeouts. Urena's having to hit the mound again. He's 1 for 3, 3.62 ERA and 21 strikeouts. I bet he's ready to go back to the bullpen and just be the long guy, the long reliever, because he's just he's doing good though. He's not doing terrible, but it's just not meant. This isn't his role. And then Sunday game is a little afternoon delight, 1:35 start time. Jose Soriano, he's 1 for 4 with a 3.72 ERA and 38 strikeouts. Lorenzen's hitting the bump, 2 for 2, 2 and 2, 3.75 ERA and 27 strikeouts. So I expect some good things. I'm not going to say we need a sweep, but we need 2 out of 3. I'll say we need some wins. And that you are playing a terrible team, and I say it all year round. You need to beat bad teams. You absolutely do. And Angels are a bad team. They're not good. So let's get these dubs. Let's at least win the series. If you want to help yourself out, get the sweep. Now for promotional items, they got on Friday, May 17th, Corey Seager replica postseason jersey. First 15,000 fans, get there early. Like people camped out, or they were there at 7 a.m. for the Corey Seager rings, World Series rings, the replica ones. And then on Sunday, it's dollar ice cream for the kiddies, 13 and under. And then they have the 2024 Texas Rangers yearbook. So some cool promotional stuff. But yeah, that jersey, it's going to go. It's going to go fast. And what's crazy? People walked in the door, snapped a picture of their ring, put it on eBay immediately. A couple people sold theirs for cheap. So if you hopped on these rings, you could have got one or two for $100. The people are selling for $100. Now they're $200, $250. Things jumped up to say $500, but it looks like they've kind of brought themselves. They're on the way back down, right? You can get some jack that's got one for $750, but it's you can get you one right now. It looks like that's a replica one. Someone actually made that one, but yeah. So you're talking $200, $175, $160. But yeah, get there early if you want these promotional items, because they're Ranger fans and the flippers, they are out there going bonkers, and you'll pay the price. But you know what? If I had to pay $75 or $100 for one of these rings, I'd be on board with it, I think, because if I go to the game, one, I love going to the ballpark, but you got to pay, it's $40, $50 to park. It's $40, $50 a ticket. You're going to have a dog and a beer while you're there. That's another $50. So you're $150 in. So save you a couple bucks and a trip to the ballpark. You beat the traffic. Either way, but yeah, let's get these wins. Let's finish strong here. And how about let's go Rangers? Y'all have a great weekend.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Thanks for listening to the Roundup.